Snow and rain continue through the center of the country. Some of it has been very heavy the last 24 hours. All the details on where the rain is now and where it's going later on today in just a moment. First, the tropics and the latest on Mitch, which is a tropical depression over Central America, about 70 miles from Guatemala City, west-southwest of Guatemala City. Top sustained winds are 35, and Mitch moving west at 9 with a pressure of 1,002 millibars. That's the latest on tropical depression. Mitch, the remnants, of course, of a once Category 5 hurricane. Now, on to the satellite picture in the lower 48. And we have several different unsettled weather systems to tell you about, not the least of which is stalled out low pressure over the Canadian Maritimes. The fringe effects are bringing wind, cloud cover, and occasional light precipitation into the northeast. Last couple of days, 2 or 3 inches of snow have accumulated atop Mount Mansfield to the east of Burlington in northern sections of Vermont. This is the most moisture-laden system on the weather map or on the satellite picture this morning, center of the country, while we have a front carving its way through the west. And it is bringing scattered rains and snows from California into Idaho and western sections of Montana. First stop as we zoom in would be from the Great Lakes to the northeast. Now there is a little light rain near Chicago. We'll detail that for you in just a moment via close-up Chicago radar. But our first stop, let's go to New England, New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey, where the main weather story this morning is a partly cloudy sky situation. There's very little precipitation. The winds moderately strong in the 10 to 15 mile per hour range. And as far as the upcoming day is concerned, you probably would best describe it as variable cloud cover. That is, at times it will be overcast, at other points during the day, sunshine and blue sky coming through. A chance of showers, especially in western Maine from Moosehead Lake down to the Carabasset Valley near Flagstaff Lake, up in the White Mountain region of New Hampshire and the northeast kingdom of Vermont. Now at the higher terrain, it'll be a little light snow, below 2,000 feet or so, a few sprinkles or light rain showers. It's unlikely that any significant rain will affect Boston, Providence, or New York City today. Just moderately cool outside on this first morning of the month of November. It's 43 in Boston, 47 in New York City. It's 30 in Elmira, 32 in Elkins, and 40 degrees in Pittsburgh, while it's 51 in the Motor City. Atlanta's in the 50s, Birmingham as well, Jackson, Mississippi at 58. Contrast that with 71 in Miami and a warm, muggy morning in East Texas. We've got a south wind and tropical moisture in this region of the Lone Star State, while it's 17 on the wind chill scale in Amarillo and Dalhart in the Texas Panhandle. The reason such a difference, well, there's low pressure in here, and the flow around low pressure is counterclockwise. So this is a Gulf of Mexico air mass in the warm sector, while behind the low, where the winds are out of the north, it's a continental air mass coming south, and it's very cool. And of course, we get these contrasts now that we're heading deeper into the fall season, and it's often the spark plug for a rather vigorous storm center, and that we have this morning over the north central part of Texas. Plus we have the moisture feeding into it. That's why rains have been very heavy, particularly in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. As we go to the southeast, however, it's more of the same on this Sunday. A little bit of mist and low cloudiness to start things off, but otherwise hazy blue sky and sunshine. Tennessee, Georgia, the Carolinas to Florida. High pressure keeping the atmosphere stable and dry, low pressure, so you see the bright white moisture-laden clouds over Texas. Going on to radar, some heavy thunderstorm activity tracking into San Antonio and Austin this morning, and Waco. It's not raining yet in your backyard. It's going to pretty soon. Del Rio's had rain overnight. A cold rain continues to fall from Abilene and Wichita Falls westward. And Amarillo right now is in the 30s. And a wind chill in the teens. Oklahoma City, it's wet. Up in Wichita, Kansas, 7.5 inches of rain from this storm so far. In Colorado, it's raining in Colorado Springs, and in Pueblo, likely some snow. High elevations near Pikes Peak in Teller County and Park County. Raining Topeka, Kansas City, and we have some light rain activity very close to Chicago, Illinois this morning.
Tropical weather systems are affected by so many variables.
We constantly monitor the situation.
If someone is safer by watching the Weather Channel, that's what it's all about.
These folks are getting an actual free psychic reading, and you can too.
She told me that I was raised by my grandmother.
Which way?
True.
She knew I was seeing two people, and I didn't even tell her that.
You know, I'd be starting a new job this week.
And it's true, you are starting a new job?
On Monday morning.
She mentioned about a move to Europe, and that normally would have been outlandish, except for last week I accepted a position in Rome. So I'm moving to Europe.
He said that I was moving, changing addresses, going to Tallahassee, and that's where I'm going, Tallahassee.
He said Tallahassee?
He said Tallahassee.
You're kidding.
No.
He actually nailed the city that you were moving to?
Nailed the city I was moving to. I didn't believe it at first. I've called before, and it was a bunch of sucky ones, but this was cool. It was just beautiful.
She gave you so much hope for the future.
Yeah.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us for Storm Watch. I'm meteorologist Mark Mancuso, and a number of roads remain closed in Kansas because of very heavy rains that have fallen over the past 24 to 48 hours. We'll be checking radars from that part of the country in just a moment. First, let's check on the tropics for you and give you the latest on what is left of Mitch. It's spinning its way over Central America. Now, in our satellite picture here, you can see a bit of a twist to the cloud motion right here. This is Guatemala, here's Mexico, and here's El Salvador. And this is where we find Mitch as of 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Here's a look at the latest for you. 14.9 north and 91.6 west if you're plotting along at home. That position about 75 miles off to the west-northwest of the city of Guatemala in Guatemala. Winds 30 miles per hour. Movement still slow to the west. An estimated pressure about 1,005 millibars. So what we're looking at here is a very weak area of low pressure now. It has been all chewed up by the mountainous areas here in Central America. But with the moisture in place and the effect of the mountains, we have seen tremendous amounts of rain, 15 to 25 inches of rain. And upon last check, I did see upwards of 450 fatalities because of the flooding and the weather associated with Mitch. And there you can see the circulation pretty much right in this area here. What happens to the remnants of Mitch with time? Well, there are indications that Mitch will continue to move slowly west or west-northwest, and eventually it could drift up towards the Gulf of Mexico and get absorbed by a system coming into the Pacific Northwest today, and that would maybe eventually hit the southeast with added showers and thunderstorms. But we're not looking for much of a comeback, if any, with this now weak system. Now, as we check on precip in the U.S., boy, it has been wet in Wichita, Kansas, at the end of October, just a deluge there. So that put us into the record books at 9.42 inches. The old record for the month of November was about 6 inches, and that record was set in 1959. Now, over the past couple of days alone, Wichita, Kansas has had 7.66 inches of rain. Still raining, and that heavy rain has slipped south or down into North Texas. Here's a look at our Doppler radar estimates of precipitation for the past 24 hours, ending at 7 a.m. on this Sunday. And here you can see the areas that have been hard hit: north central Oklahoma, south central Kansas, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inch type rains. And this is where we have road closures: northern Oklahoma, south central and southeast Kansas. We're still looking for more rain in these areas. And if anything, the rain will be on the move in Texas, but it'll be pivoting about here in through Oklahoma and Kansas. So this is where we'll really have a lot of problems in southeast and east central Kansas with that rain area just staying put and just kind of pivoting about. Flood watches, they have been issued from Missouri to Kansas into Oklahoma, and here in southeast Texas too. And the reasoning is that front, as it moves into southeast Texas, will be slowing down, and that means the rainfall amounts could pile up on the order of 3 to 5 inches. Here's a look at that national radar for you. We'll focus our attention on the line of storms moving through Texas. Here you see heavy rains passing by College Station right towards Interstate 45. Still raining in Dallas, but the blinding rains now moving east into the Paris area. And Tulsa now looking at some intense rainfall as the rain tapers off some in Oklahoma City. Here's that pivot point I was talking about right up I-35 here. So lots of problems if you're traveling about here in eastern Kansas. And if you're off to the football game, lots of problems in Kansas City later on today. Severe thunderstorm watch continues for parts of southeast Texas, and that is our travel trouble spot of the day in southeast Texas, as we think there's potential for some severe weather here. Lightning data shows us the lightning hits with the little red strikes right there, so that's where your thunderstorms are. In the northwest, a cool system passing into the interior, more disturbed weather coming down from the Gulf of Alaska, another storm way out in the North Pacific. Seas all churned up here in western Washington. Heavy surf advisories continue. Stay with us, so we'll give you an update on the slow-moving storm in the southern plains next in Weather Center.
There's so much weather and so little time. That's why we love the web. Weather.com. From the Weather Channel, the weather experts. On TV, on PC.
We were on vacation in New Orleans. Great city. But every night, I got this awful heartburn. A woman in our tour group said, "Here, try Zantac 75. "Oh, thank you," I said. "You're a saint." She said, "No, actually, I'm a doctor."
The medicine in Zantac 75 is the #1 doctor-prescribed acid reducer. It relieves even your toughest heartburn, controlling acid for up to 12 hours.
Maybe a doctor and a saint.
Zantac 75, the final word in heartburn relief.
It was the first time I had seen this play, and I just had to know.
Romeo, dost thou love me?
Does that love come with a lifetime guarantee?
Lifetime guarantee? What do you think this is? That GM Good Rent Service Plus?
Oh. I got a lifetime guarantee on parts and labor, plus upfront pricing, plus courtesy transportation.
Well, we're looking at a severe thunderstorm watch in the southeastern part of the United States, actually in the deep south on the border between Texas and Louisiana, and that is our problem area today, as there is a chance of severe thunderstorms, meaning some damaging winds, large hail possible, maybe even the threat of a tornado in isolated areas through 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, as we've had some very intense weather moving on through and very heavy rain too, which we'll get to in just a minute. But most of the rain has moved on through Texas now, except for the extreme east piney woods of Texas, so the flash flood watches have been dropped. Not that you don't have any high water running in streams and maybe some roads that are flooded, but that threat moving on to the east, but still to the north, a lot more slow movement as you get up north of Tulsa, parts of Kansas, and on into Missouri. And this will probably be rearranged in the next several hours, but we've just found out that the flood watches in Texas have been discontinued. As far as precipitation, take a look at this. Wettest October on record. Wichita, Kansas came in with 9.42 inches of rain. The old record about 2/3 of that, so it was really blown away famously by this October 1998. And Wichita, from this storm alone, now spanning 2 months, 8.01 inches. Gage, Oklahoma, 6.66, and Topeka coming in with over 4.6. Even Kansas City over 2.5, and Dallas a little under 2. Almost sounds good with that much precipitation in Dallas, or that little precipitation. But there's some action going on in Texas right now. In Jasper County right now, we have a tornado warning in effect. At 3:41 Central Time, National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a tornado 20 miles south of Jasper, or 2 miles southwest of Kirbyville, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. So right around this area. Nothing spotted on the ground, but there's some rotation detected by Doppler radar. This is Jasper County right here. Tyler County had a severe thunderstorm warning earlier. So take cover right now in this part of Jasper County, central and south. There could be a tornado right in your area. Right up along the Sabine River and the border between Texas and Louisiana, a lot of heavy rain, intense showers, lightning, and thunderstorms moving up towards Shreveport right at this moment in time. I-20 east of Dallas getting hit pretty hard. Drive carefully. 30 going into Arkansas. Little Rock doesn't look that bad for you right now, but some of these thunderstorms could rearrange themselves and come into Little Rock. Tulsa, a break in the action as the rain moves into the Ozarks and up towards Springfield and Joplin, Missouri. Wichita, you see why there's still a flood watch? In Kansas, it just keeps curling around without very much movement. The rain feeding on in all the way from the Gulf of Mexico, so moderate to heavy rain up around Chanute, Kansas, some periods of heavy rain in the last hour, and Oklahoma City, some showers remaining in your area. But Dallas, it's just chillier, drier air now, and down to San Antonio, the threat of heavy rain and severe weather is over for you. Finally making it north of Route 80 or Interstate 80 around Lincoln, Nebraska, the rain moves northward. Omaha, light to occasionally moderate. It's steady, it's raw out there, and you can see that all that moisture is both billowing up from the Gulf of Mexico and then kind of hitting a roadblock and stopping at a certain point. A big comma-shaped cloud now centered around the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles. So we've got an intense upper-level system, even a little bit of snow back in Colorado and the Sangre de Cristos of New Mexico tonight. But where it all comes together, the cold, dry air and the warm, humid air, this is where we have the threat of those damaging thunderstorms. So be on the lookout in a lot of East Texas, Louisiana, even parts of southwest Arkansas the next several hours. Meanwhile, a cool, dry high over Canada, an intense low in the Maritimes of Canada. That gives us a pretty breezy one in New England and chilly in the Great Lakes. But there's also some unsettled weather in the west, too, as temperatures hit 49 in Billings, 56 in Seattle right now. But look at the warmth. Look at the warmth in the southeastern United States still at this point in time. We've got some light precipitation moving through the Intermountain West, kind of showery in the Cascades right now, but you can see we're forecasting 1 to 3 inches of snow, and that's mainly above about 5,000 feet, maybe down to 4,000 feet in Washington State in the Cascades by morning. Tropical Depression Mitch, now this is the last advisory that the Hurricane Center is going to issue on Mitch. 30-mile-an-hour winds near Tapachula, Mexico, right on the border with Guatemala, moving west, but there's not a whole lot of identity to it, although there seems to be some increasing convection, some increasing rainfall over the Pacific Ocean, a broad circulation, but we'll have to see whether it regenerates in the next few days near the Pacific Ocean.
Rain in parts of Texas and the southern plains is on the move. We'll show you where it's headed on Weather Center after your local forecast.
Russell Stover introduces Looney Tunes treats. What? Snack-size candy bars, peanuts and nougat, or Krispies and caramel, covered in milk chocolate, surrounded by Looney Tunes stars. Get Russell Stover Looney Tunes treats. A world of fun in every bite.
Craftsman has come up with another smart solution that simplifies projects and saves you time. The Craftsman Speedlock Drill and Driver System. This patented Speedlock Quick Connector is the heart of the system. It fits any drill and works with keyed or keyless chucks. The Speedlock's simple click-in, click-out action makes changing bits so easy you can do it with one hand without re-chucking. The Craftsman Speedlock system also includes this magnetic screw guide. The screw guide sleeve acts as a stabilizer and guide, so you don't have to hold screws with your fingers, and they go in straight every time. Drilling and driving is faster, safer, and easier with the Craftsman Speedlock system. Whether you're working around the house,
Yeah, the whole time. I think that what really did was you even got the. I got
Oh yeah. First of all, she's really. I'm not gonna ruin the day, but she's really upset. She's in the ladies' room. She said her words to me.
Oh wait,
seriously now?
What?
She's seen this evaluation stuff a million times.
But she thinks
can I tell you?
Going, I'm the one.
No.
I'm beautiful.
Here's where it all is, because as I walked into the ladies' room, I said, "Are you okay?" And she was really crying. And I said, "Is everything okay?" And she goes, "I'm going to kill my fiance," which means there's a guy who told her she's a goddess. And listen, if she were my girlfriend, she would be a goddess to me.
I thought she was, but then she always looked that way. She's a big fan of the show.
I have no idea.
He's the fan.
But I could tell, like, that's. I mean, I thought you guys would have stopped there for like the middle of the second one. But
no, because to me, a
woman
comes in.
You guys are all about how she
should know what she's about.
Yeah, Robin, go help.
You know it's bad when Robin's being sensitive.
I hope she hasn't left yet. Oh my goodness. Oh. Hello. Does anybody remember your name? Guy. You're on.
Angelique.
Angelique. Okay.
Are you going to check her out?
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Angelique, I just wanted to apologize. You know, this is all a joke. It's just in fun. You don't want to. It's.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, it's not even hazy, but they think I was right. It's more like because it's on TV.
I know. But it's okay, you know, because everybody knows that, you know, this is what these guys do. They're a bunch of jokesters.
It's not even them that I care about. It's just, you know.
But what I'm saying, when people watch it, you're a beautiful woman, and they're going to think, you know, because I was here thinking, these guys are out of their minds. They're crazy. You know, they could never even, they wouldn't even approach you. They'd be too intimidated by you because you're so beautiful if they were in a club. And it's like the guys who, they could never get the girl, and this is their opportunity to, like, give it to her, you know, because she would never talk to me. And that's all they're doing, you know, so. Really? Oh, absolutely. And thank you for coming in. And believe me, nobody, you know, they're going to look and say, these guys are, obviously they're losers and they're nuts. Okay? All right, so you go have a good day, all right? And thank you very much. All right.
Bye-bye. The show, and she had her boyfriend saying, oh, you're as hot as them, you're as hot as them.
Uh-oh, here comes Robin with a report.
You guys really devastated.
Oh, boy. I just read her letter. She goes, I'm Playboy material, and
Well, why shouldn't everybody feel wonderful about themselves?
Don't come in if you don't want to be evaluated.
You know what I told her? I told her the truth about all of you. I said, they would be so intimidated by you if they ever saw you in a bar, they'd never be able to come up and speak to you.
I don't
If they were the guys in high school that could never get a girl like you, and this is the chance to get back at her.
You know she's full of shit. You didn't say all that.
Of course I did.
She was smiling. She feels bad. Oh, yeah, right. Yes.
I had to resurrect her from the dead.
Good work, Robin. Good job. Nice going, Robin. Robin's our psychiatrist.
You know it's really bad when Robin has to be
now that
sensitive.
you guys aren't going to be afraid.
Is that the first
That's
tear?
right. You know things are really bad when you have to be sent into talking.
Are those the first tears?
Yes.
Do that little.
Yeah, do that again.
That was good.
You
You see, wow,
Yeah,
you just man, you're a dirty little girl.
Citizens, I regret to inform you that despite our noble efforts, stores throughout the entire nation continue to distribute Reebok DMX. This moving air system adapts to your stride, enhancing individuality and personal comfort. To stand in them is to stand against conformity.
This is Rock Radio. 92.3 K-Rock.
If it rocks, it's on K-Rock.
Foo Fighters.
Pearl Jam. Smashing Pumpkins.
I like the retro rock stuff.
Retro rock.
From the band Metallica, here's Lars.
They finally put the rock back in K-Rock.
If it rocks, it's on K-Rock.
Right after Howard.
Are you alone? Are you bored? Then come join our party. Call Free Party USA at 1-800-909-9999. Free Party USA is free from all restrictions and 900 charges. So talk with cute girls or meet fun guys from all over the U.S. You can eavesdrop too. Call 1-800-909-9999. That's 1-800-909-9999. Call now.
It's a game of knowledge.
What was the question?
Intelligence.
What's the question again?
And aptitude. What the hell is that? Mentally loose.
If you're eating a tree fungus, what are you having?
Second thoughts?
Morally corrupt.
You just have nasty mind.
With Fran Drescher, Coolio, Martin Mull, Estelle Getty, Rosie O'Donnell, and Jenna Elfman. There's a laugh in every single square. Hollywood Square.
Monday night at 7:30 on CBS 2.
Sunday on CBS 2. Before you watch Jets football, catch these guys. Super Bowl MVP John Riggins, FAN Radio's Chris Russo. Two football fanatics who want to talk sports with you. Riggins and Russo Live, the only pregame show that takes your calls.
Sunday at 11
on CBS 2.
Then at 11:30, an inside look at the Jets game plan. Watch Jets Kickoff with Bill Parcells, hosted by Phil Simms.
Sunday at 11:30, CBS 2.
Home of the New York Jets.
I'm Gia Darling, and I'm here to be evaluated by Howard.
Now, why do you want to be evaluated by Howard?
Because I've always wanted to do some dancing and stuff. I've just been kind of shy about it, and I just want to see what they think if I have a shot for it, you know?
Get out right now.
You're kidding.
I won't come in with you.
Oh, my God.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm really nervous.
You live in L.A.? You came out all the way from L.A. to come here. Wow.
More desperate or what?
So the same guy would make you hold him while he went to the bathroom. Did he attack you in the woods? Is that what he was standing?
All right, let's bring in our next woman. Her name is Gia. She sent me a letter or phoned me. I don't remember the exact
Sounds like
story.
Ralph's kind of girl.
No, good name right off the bat.
Whoa.
Gia.
Uh-oh. Well,
Yeah, baby.
Wait a second.
Now this is my.
Wait a second.
There we go.
Goodness, look at those shoes.
Oh, boy.
Now, I'll tell you right now,
Right,
Ross is going to hate her, and I'm going to love her.
All right. Now, Gia, let me preface your interview by saying you understand that these guys are just regular guys who like to give their opinions on women.
Is this a disclaimer
I
now?
saw the last girl run out of here crying.
You said the last girl ran out of your
Oh, get ready,
You didn't
Eddie.
get to hear that, did you?
Yeah. Did you hear it?
Okay, from now on,
did.
let's not have that happen.
Now you have an unusual voice, don't you?
I'm getting over a cold.
You're getting over a cold. All right. Okay. How did you find us? Did you
I called Casey.
you called Casey and you said I want to be evaluated. Do you want to be in Playboy? Is that it?
Hey, if people calls, I'll do it.
But what do you do for a living? Are you a stripper?
I'm a makeup artist.
You are a makeup artist. Well, you're a very attractive woman. There's no question about it. I would make love to you in 2 seconds.
Makeup?
In LA. I'm in LA.
Gia, are you prepared to take off your clothes so we can see what's doing?
Yeah.
You have a very big chest. I can see through your shirt. Are those implants?
I don't know. What do you think?
Let me see them. Let me take a look.
Take the shirt off.
Take it off. Go ahead. Take your headphones
Oh, yeah,
off.
she should be evaluated in the best light, don't you think?
Well, I'll tell you, I would say they're implants. Am I right?
They are.
All right. I'm very good at that kind of thing.
Pick it right up.
I sure did. Now, what about your dress? Can we see your, what are you wearing, a thong under there?
It's actually like a bikini bottom.
Good. Let's see the bikini bottom. Yeah, take off that. Let's see what you got going on here.
Oh, it's a cute bikini bottom.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are you, about 5'9"?
I'm 5'7".
5'7". Have you ever been undressed in front of guys like you are right now?
Not really.
Never before. Is this exciting you in some sort of way?
I think so.
It's kind of hot. You like doing this?
Yeah.
How many you turn around? Let me see your ass. All
right. And who's going to start this time?
Go ahead, Ralph.
We should start with Was, the girl
No, don't start with Was.
Let Ralph start.
Let Ralph start. He wants to start. Go ahead.
All right. First, the shoes are really bad. I mean, they're hot. I mean, they're good in bed, but her toes are all crushed up and like they're.
She's coming out of the shoes.
Coming out of the shoes, and the toes look all.
I disagree.